When I say to a kiddo, hey, listen, we're changing the seating arrangement and this is where you're going to sit, and they have an out and out refusal, first of all, I'm not going to go to battle with them while I'm in the middle of the class. So I've said to them, hey, that's not your seat. And well, I don't want to sit there. Say, it's just, it's not your seat. You got this. And I walk away from I keep on teaching. If they're not giving me a hard time, I'll keep on teaching. But you're absolutely right. I'm not going to let them just off the hook. I'm going to grab them at the end of that class and say, hey, you know what? Things aren't going really well right now. We're going to argue over a seat. What's up? I'm going to hold them accountable, and I'm just going to say, listen, it's not a big deal. We can do this. So I think you're right. I'm going to hold them accountable, but I'm not going to do it during the class, because I think that's where we run into that power struggle sometimes. I don't want to go there. And I think sometimes we do that because the kiddo is saying they're refusing right in front of the other kids, and it makes us feel really uncomfortable because we think the other kids are like, oh, you're going to let them get away with it. But the other kids are really looking at you to see if you're going to take the bait or not. So don't just let the kid off the hook. Hold them accountable another time. Maybe you have that little lunch detention. You say, why are we sitting in a lunch detention over an assigned seat? Really? This is a reasonable request, which is my other term that I use with my older kids all the time is, this is a reasonable request. And then I walk away. Here's what's happened to me. I've had that kid for the last 10 minutes of the class will decide they'll sit in their assigned seat. But what she did is she did it, but she did it on her terms. So I'm going to be okay with that because she did it. All right. And then I'm not going to worry about that because now she's like, all right, I'll do it. So what she's actually doing is doing what you've asked her to do. She's just sliding a little bit to do it on her terms because that's the edgy piece that she needs to take back the control. So I'm not going to try to take all the control away from her. And the second thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to thank her. I'm not going to say, oh, thanks for making a good choice. Or, hey, I'm glad you turned that around. Let her have the win. I'm just saying when she moves the last 10 minutes, I'm not going to say, well, there's 15 other kids sitting there. I'm not going to say, well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because that just might throw a little bit of kerosene on a hot coal. So I'll just kind of let her take the win. And, then the other peers think that, oh, look, she did it on her terms. I don't care what they think. I'm the teacher.